We have officially reached part 1 of 2 of the end of the line for Game of Thrones. And why I feel as though now I have a short list of what exactly is going to happen. Granted, this is coming from someone who hasn't read the books and hasn't seen any leaked scripts, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Speaking of Game of Thrones, we also then get a brief reprieve of it because tomorrow, Detective Pikachu comes out. Yes, that's the palate cleanser I feel like everybody needs right now. If you're a nerd and you're following all things in-game, Game of Thrones, just we just need Detective Pikachu to just come in and to be the friend that's going to pat us on the back and say everything's okay. Why? Because you got a talking fucking Pikachu. Then, of course, I go ahead and mention, more things as far as what's going on right now lately and all things gaming and, of course, Mother's Day. So, happy Mother's Day to all in advance, and this is another episode of Bombastic.
Dana J.
Welcome to another edition of the Bombastic Podcast. I'm your host, Imani Wilson. Please take this time to go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button and also click the notification bell to get notifications on this twice weekly podcast. Welcome again. It's the Thursday episode, so you already know what that means. I'm coming in very smooth, very casually for this one. I mean, as I like to tell people, the world changes a little bit every day, but I mean, what I can really feel that I can fathom between Tuesday to Thursdays, it's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, but not going to beat you over the head too much with my backdrop and backstory, because I know I sometimes can do that. I figure we'll just go ahead and get right into it more than anything. This comes out Thursday. Mother's Day is Sunday, so for all of those out there who might be moms to be, or if you just love your mother, if you don't have a mother or you have a mother figure in your life, please tell them Happy Mother's Day. I feel like it's just only the right thing to do. You know somebody who is a mom, tell their asses Happy Mother's Day. It shouldn't even have to be a kid. It could be a fucking dog or a plant. Either way, if you're going ahead and taking the time to go to be a maternal figure to something and somebody else besides yourself, because, don't be a mommy to yourself. That'd be a little creepy. Happy Mother's Day in advance. Happy Mother's Day to my mothers. That definitely goes to my mother herself who birthed me. So shout out to Patty. Also give my mother a shout out. Shout out Patty for real, for having be some 29 years ago. Also to my mama Donna, I love you. To my mother Loretta, also love you as well. Like I said, to all my aunties from Kiani to Booby, Nairi, Tasha, Aunt Sheila, all my cousins who are mothers, all the mothers, just the mamas. Happy Mother's Day in advance. That shit is Sunday, so, And I'm not even going to be here in the mix. That's what I'm telling you guys now over the camera. Happy Mother's Day. I love you all. Mwah. So, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. I'm not going to do the little breakdown segments just because I like to keep the Thursday's episodes, like I said, very light. I feel like Tuesday, I kind of hit you guys with the wave of emotions or the glass case of emotions as per the last episode of what was happening from Friday. Pretty much, my Tuesday episodes, I'm not gonna bullshit you, pretty much whatever I was thinking of feeling from Friday up until that Monday of recording. Because then it's that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, and I just all into, one recording. So, if anything, Thursday is always light and airy. So, light and airy, we're going to get into sports. Obviously, as you know, like I said, there's a lot of things going on in the world of football in terms of soccer, but I don't know it, so don't follow it, so I'm not covering it. As far as the NFL, no real big deal except, the Seahawks signed Ziggy Ansah, who's, relatively injured and kind of old coming into, this upcoming season. At this point, I think he'll probably show up about week 5 for them. The biggest headline, of course, that the Boston Celtics have been eliminated. Yes! As a New York sports fan, I hate to go ahead and celebrate, another rival city's losses, but, what can you do? It happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens. All this means is that the Kyrie Irving drama shall truly commence, and we'll see exactly where he winds up in free agency. But what this is also saying is that the Milwaukee Bucks are in the Eastern Conference Finals, which is a big mother effing deal. Why? Because you're talking about the possibility of there being a conference final that could literally be between who I feel is going to be in the finals, just cutting from the nitty gritty, is going to be either Milwaukee or Toronto. Those are two of the most obscure and interesting sports cities. So if you think about what the finals would shape up for the NBA, that means you would have telecast services going from Milwaukee or all the way to the Great North in Toronto. So, and I can tell you right now, the NBA knows it's probably not in their best interest rating-wise for the Raptors to actually win out. So we'll see what happens. Like, pay attention to the officiating, because if it gets a little interesting in that series, then again, you know why. Either way, let's go ahead and also then transfer into, more, other topics along the lines, especially when it comes to media. Like I said, it's the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking part 1 of 2 of the final episodes of Game of Thrones. Now, I mean, there's so much to have to take in from the last episode. Like I said, I can speak more freely and clearly now. I mean, some folks are like, dude, spoilers, fuck. I mean, it came out Sunday. You drop a podcast Tuesday about it. Like, come on, dude. Like, you can't be posting and talking shit about that on Instagram and online. Listen, okay, now it's Thursday. Almost a whole goddamn week. So get yourself acclimated. Because, again, beyond the Starbucks cup showing up in the scene, which, again, as I explained in the last podcast, shit happens more commonly in production than you know. Miss Sunday getting her fucking head lopped off. These are the things that I think are absolutely going to happen between part 1 and part 2 of these last 2 episodes. So, we know Grey Worm is going to seek revenge against the fucking mountain. We know that. You don't kill the fucking the general of the fucking Unsullied's love of his life, pretty much, to think that you're just gonna get that off. Not gonna happen. So people are saying, like, yo, we want to see the Clegane Bowl between the Mountain and the Hound, and I think you're going to get that, except it's going to be a handicap match, which it has to be, because the Mountain isn't the Mountain. The motherfucker is some gray motherfucker with, like, red eyes and shit. I don't know. He's some sort of mutate. Who the fuck knows what he is, what sauce he's on. I mean, shout out to the boy Thorn Bjornsson, because he definitely said he was on the sauce. But, I mean, I think it's going to be a handicap match. I think what you probably might see is Grey Worm, like, get his ass whipped up and down. And then, in the end, he probably either gets bailed out or he gets avenged by the Hound, who ultimately is probably going to die in battle as well. Probably die by fire in some weird, ironic, poetic way. But I just look at it to where I just think, and the late, great Tony Stark said it, we all look for those happy endings, and sometimes that does not happen. Sometimes heroes take the fall for the greater good, and I think in this instance, I think the Hound will probably take the fall for the greater good, and the Clegane house will be no more. So that's prediction 1. Prediction 2, for as far as these last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, I have to say I do believe that Jaime Lannister and Euron are gonna find themselves, which is such a weird Euron. It's so close to urine. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking goddamn Greyjoys. Fucking just pain in the asses. Seriously. Like, Theon fucking redeemed at the end, but Euron, I think, is going to probably die at the hands of Jaime just because it's going to create that power struggle. You saw the power struggle late last season between the two because, I mean, creepily enough, they're basically fighting for the affections and to be by the side of Cersei, who we know is absolutely the fucking Mad Queen. Everyone's looking at Daenerys and going, oh, she's gone mad. But we're going to ignore the fact that Cersei has been the Mad Queen this entire time. Like, my thing with Varys is you want to talk about you want to do what's best in the interest of the 7 realms. Yeah, but my boy, Cersei is not the best interest of the 7 realms. But that's a whole nother conversation we're going to lead to the next point. I think that Jaime and Euron are going to find themselves in a tussle, get into a fight. They're going to debate over, like, yo, like, who's the baby daddy? For real, between the two. And in the end, I also believe that Cersei's not even fucking pregnant. I think she's honestly using this pregnancy shit just as leverage for power. I mean, it's obvious. Fucking Euron, like I said, he literally just came on the scenes, giggity. And now all of a sudden, he's already hearing rumors that she's pregnant. I'm sure he's like, what the fuck? The fuck they do that at? Like, hold on. Like, I've only been here for like, maybe, if you're going to give Game of Thrones something, like, I've only been here for what, maybe like 2 weeks at best? All right, 3 weeks at best. Come on. You know, and plus on top of that, how the fuck did they know that? So, if he's smart, he's going to realize the jig is up. And I think, like I said, whether that's going to help lead to Cersei's downfall, I mean, I certainly hope so. But I think Jaime's going to wind up probably dying, probably at the hands of Euron somehow, some way. Because I think Euron, for all his bullshit, is a little bit more of a skilled fighter. And I think that's where that's going to really cement the rift between Euron and Cersei. And that's where one of those two are going to be exposed. And then what does this mean for Arya? We obviously know Arya's got a shit list, and the Night King was definitely among the top of it. But can't no one be priority number 0 than fucking Cersei? So I think Cersei's fate is sealed with Arya going down, or going to fucking King's Landing. So that's most likely how that shakes out. So yeah, you got Grey Worm and the Hound, tag team against the Mountain. You got Euron versus Jaime, in which I think Jaime takes the fall and dies in the arms of the woman that he loves, his fucking sister. Creepy. And then the third part being Arya is definitely about to fucking knock Cersei's head off. As far as what this means for Daenerys, I mean, I know some people were saying, that I've spoken with about this. They're like, well, would it be fucked up if Jon has to take out, Dany because she, loses her way and what have you, or in turn, Dany takes out Jon because he's in the way. I don't know what's going to happen to House Targaryen. I feel like right now what we're seeing are the houses eat each other alive for the fucking throne. And it'd be funny because someone had it to the thoughts that what if with all of this shit that happens, everybody wipes each other out, and then the bastard son Baratheon finds himself then taking the fucking throne for his own. I think it's a strong possibility of how things could absolutely work out. I think it's something to not rule out because his character's been so prominent, especially late into the season. So I definitely think it bears mentioning that might just be the turn of events in the last 2 episodes. Because like I said, these are the last 2 episodes ever. So you got to know that they're not going to give us a quote-unquote happy ending. Then, of course, I had to then touch upon, like I said, the palate cleanser, Detective Pikachu. So Ryan Reynolds obviously is at the front and center as the voice of Detective Pikachu. Supposed to be this lovely animated story about this kid who's a detective, Detective Pikachu, helping him find and figure out his dad. And along the way, they meet a bunch of Pokemon and go through a bunch of other shit. That's exactly what we need right now. That's exactly what we need right now. We need to feel better about life and the lightheartedness that it comes with. Like we just need that. And I know it's gonna do good. And of course, I'm gonna see it. Can't wait to see it. I mean, granted there are gonna be some Pokemon in it that I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. That looks like a tree with a hat on. It's just like, it's gonna be one of those things that I think is just family friendly all around. I feel like the Avengers movies, especially the last 2, haven't been really family friendly. I mean, call it what you will. I just don't think watching 2 women plummet from the top of some mountain peak, and just lay there and ragdoll themselves Wile E. Coyote style is definitely the way to bring the family together. But Detective Pikachu is, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I mean, some people are like, oh, will it dethrone Endgame right now in the box office? No, because then that goes to my next point. Avengers Endgame will be the highest grossing movie of all time. And I think it will probably just... I think it has 2 possibilities, which I mean, obviously, duh. And, that's probably a cop-out. I mean, a part of me wants to say it'll be a $3 billion movie. But it depends on the momentum right now because the momentum looks like it's going to take over Avatar. But the problem is you're talking about a movie that's not done from its cinematic run yet. It hasn't been a fucking month and it's already almost at $3 billion, which is why, fuck it, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. It is going to be a $3 billion movie. It might be the only $3 billion movie that we have for either a very, very long time or ever. Only reason why I say that is because there has been nothing so hyped and highly anticipated on a global scale like Avengers Endgame and the Infinity War before it. So that's my bold take up on those particular movies. I think, it's, like I said, it's history being set, and I think Detective Pikachu is exactly what we need to really get a fucking sigh of relief from all this Endgame and Game of Thrones fucking drama. But speaking of dramas and other, and other things to look interested into, I'll just say this because I'm kind of mixed on it, but personally I feel like I want to hear folks' feedback because it's not about just serving my own interests, but the interests of you guys, the listeners and viewers. There's the Watchmen series that's coming to HBO. The problem I have with that is because the Watchmen series seems to be billing itself as a sequel to the film that came out how fucking long ago was that? Like 10 years ago or something crazy like that, I think so. Something along those lines. Zack Snyder's fucking Watchmen. Either way, it's a direct sequel and direct fate to that. Like I said, certain title characters who were knocked off, like Rorschach from the Watchmen group, from the graphic novel, the DC graphic novel by Alan Moore. It's definitely, like I said, a spiritual successor to the films. I mean, one of the main characters, Ozymandias, is literally an old-ass man in this. So it looks like, it's pretty much life after this superhero group and the fallout of the doomsday prophecy that they, perceived is finally happening now, where society is imploding. Which I feel in itself is going to be its own political commentary upon, just how things have sort of set themselves back on, in most social relations. For the most part, perceived most, social relations. So I think it's going to be an interesting series. I mean, the problem with me in series like that is I just don't know whether it's here for a long time or a good time. I don't know. Is it going to be one or the other? I mean, we'll see. Hopefully it's good, so that way then it has some sort of longevity. I just don't believe it's one of those series that'll make it past the initial opening season. I mean, it all depends upon the ratings and how obviously HBO bills it out for a future property. And then, of course, also coming as well, and coming at the end of this month, is another property from Neil Gaiman, the famous author, writer, comic extraordinaire, and genius, on a literary level. Good Omens. Good Omens is showing on Amazon, on the Amazon streaming service. This, oh my God, this series itself, I mean, I just got myself in the thick of American Gods, but for this one now, this is literally telling a story of an angel and a demon who befriend themselves, who have been friends for like millennia, and now have to work together to ultimately save existence from the inevitable apocalypse. So I think that's going to be a pretty dope series. I think that drops on the 31st. I mean, like you said, I think it's going to be pretty dope. It's got Martin Sheen. Also has the homie, oh God, his name is right there. Oh, he was a Doctor Who. He was Kilgrave. It's going to kill me when I look at this in post and go, dude, David Tennant. Obviously. Come on, son. Nailed that shit. So, it's going to be good. Like I said, I know it's going to be good. It's Neil Gaiman, David Tennant, Michael Sheen, over the top. Like I said, Flight to Fancy, an angel and a demon, best fucking friends, saving the world. Come on. It's just going to be some wacky shit. But like I said, on Amazon streaming service. So, you got Amazon Prime, you're in there. If you got Amazon Prime, take the time. I know you probably are like, it's not that much that I watch on Amazon. But if you have Amazon Prime, you got the streaming service. So watch their shit. Because I noticed that whenever you go on Amazon, you go there, they're like, hey, just to let you know, we also have videos too, motherfucker. Check our shit out. I know you like YouTube, know you like Netflix, but check out our shit every now and then too. So, I just can't wait to see. That's another series to add to the fucking list that I'll be following on and definitely reporting back here. Then, of course, obviously going into gaming. Now, let me go ahead and be very clear when I speak about gaming, all right? I am a self-proclaimed PlayStation fanboy. I'm not gonna lie, that's just honestly how I get down. I mean, I literally have been a PlayStation fan since 97, 98. Have had a PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and then ultimately 5 or V, however they want to bill it. Had a Vita. Had a PSP for a short instance of time. Just been a true diehard PlayStation aficionado. So, the way I view most of the games that are coming out or out right now, I typically view them from the scope of either whether it's a highly anticipated title, or B, one that's specifically going to be featured or as an exclusive for PlayStation. Now, as far as any games that are coming out right now, nothing that I'm really hyped, truly hyped about. I'm kind of just waiting towards next month for Crash Nitro Team Racing to come out. That's something I'm really big on, because I know, like I said, between myself and my online clan and crew, shout out to some kind of Suicide Squad tribe. We definitely find ourselves, just constantly on a bunch of games, and that's definitely one on the list, because I know that's like multiplayer, and I'm gonna beat that ass. Seriously, I'm gonna beat that ass. So as far as games that have come out for PlayStation Plus for this month, they featured, What Happened to Edith Finch. I mean, I downloaded it because I heard it was a really good game, so I'm like, cool, that'd be one of those weird story explorative, sort of games that I'll get my head wrapped around. And then Overcooked. Now I've been getting like real deep on Overcooked, meaning like, I've been thugging the shit out of that game. I'm pretty sure I'm like this close to like finishing the game. But my only knock on Overcooked, with it being one of the free featured games for the month, is it obviously is looked at and billed as a multiplayer game, but it's local co-op. Now, I don't know about you, but great, that's dope for like parties and shit. But online, I'm like, come the fuck on. Seriously? So it doesn't have online capabilities? That eats ass. That eats ass. Just saying it for what it is. I have to share play with one of my boys, like I said, in the crew, and we literally are playing the game like as duos. So that game, if you're talking about trying to play it online with somebody else, you have to run duos, which I'll tell you now. Here's a quick, easy, step-by-step guide of how you do it. You're gonna literally have to open a party. And when you have the party, you're going to have to set, for share play, and just share play locally. That's it. You have to start share play locally. One of you guys have to have pretty bomb-ass internet connection. I do gigabit files all the way, baby. And, be able to play it like that. So, I don't know what to tell you beyond that. Otherwise, it's a good fucking game. It really is. And it's got me thinking of getting the sequel, Overcooked 2, which came out last year. Which is why I think they dropped it, because they were like, they're like, people are gonna play this game and realize it's fucking good, but it's also local multiplayer. And then on top of that, they'll look at the sequel, because the sequel's online multiplayer. We'll give them a free game, give them a taste, and then we'll hook them with the fucking sequel, which has all the features that they want. Fuckers think they're slick. It's business moves out here, babies. Business moves. Don't get lost in the sauce. So, speaking of moves, that concludes this portion of this particular podcast. You can go ahead and stay tuned next for what will be the gameplay of me and said crew that I just aforementioned previously, and playing a little bit of a level on World War Z, just because obviously whenever we all get up and link up, it's always shenanigans once we actually log in. So I'd like to go ahead and say thank you for listening and tuning into this podcast. Please feel free to take this time to consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you found this video to be informative, entertaining, all of the above, if not one or the other, hopefully both. Again, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking the notification bell for updates upon my twice weekly podcast and other offerings coming very, very soon. I'm your host, Imani Wilson, and now to the clip.
Nice late night, early morning shenanigans, however you want to fucking view it. Oh,
1936. Is that really when the Molotov was invented? 1936? That's amazing.
Nope, that's what I told you. I told you there's I told Hunt that shit. I'm like, there's CW11 Japanese.
I still don't even know what CW means.
Time to go. Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Basically, they're made for TV Japanese people. They aren't really like the representation of Japanese people. They're like, hey, he's from Japan. Listen to his accent.
Japan. It's
Exactly.
from Japan, dude.
Right, word Japan. Right, Mr. Shiginama? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is true.
You niggas sound Russian now. What the fuck?
Popeyes.
Yep. Yo, I just totally went in a different way than you fucks, cause I'm like, fuck y'all. You hurt?
That's alright.
What? Popeyes.
Yep, there it go. There it go. There it go. There it go.
Your ass is getting rocked, bro.
Hold on, let me fade to myself. Pussy. Fuck you and your Adidas. You hurt?
Wow.
Or motherfucker out here trying to wile some Adidas tearaway track pants. I know about those track pants. Those are the dick 'em down track pants. Them shits you just tear off. You ain't gotta really undo them. Big up shit. It's just a couple of these pussies.
Who's getting rocked?
Of course. Oh, you already know what time it is. Trust me, it was all cute when it was me. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm like, shit. So does that now?
There's a crossbow over here.
Jesus Christ, that fucking crossbow. I don't want to deal with that shit.
Never gonna. Just don't pull a trick.
Got a door smasher. Let's go. That busts our way out. Not just us, Hiroji.
Yo, Venom, get your ass back here. Move.
I'm right next to you, motherfucker. I'm literally right next to you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I say I'm literally right next to you.
Thank you.
Hurry up.
Is it just me or is this bus going?
Good job.
Save your fucking whole ass.
Is it just me or is this bus
Rescue
like
leader, we are with you.
What do you mean?
switching?
Oh. I thought you meant with the barbed wire. I was gonna say shit. Yeah, these pussies just feel like the barbed wire ain't enough, and I ain't mad at them. You know, at some point, motherfuckers are just gonna tear through that shit.
I mean, they're knocking fences over, they'll eventually fix it all.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
You act like them pussy windows gonna be enough to stop.
Fucking V just in there with two fucking.
Popeyes.
That man is just so seriously fucking Popeyes.
Oh, never mind. You took your combat
Yo, dude, I'm gonna tell you.
What did he take?
Bro.
You took your combat shotgun.
No, you can take that shit. I maxed it out already. It don't make a difference.
Where's your whole ass at? Come here.
I mean, it does more damage than my regular shotgun, but fuck it. Both of them have
V,
silencers.
where you at?
I ain't got no type.
Floor is
But it's on the thing. No, like
I'm getting an incline. Get an incline.
like a rhinestone cowboy. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is.
I was like, yeah, he is. I just saw him.
You are in my world now.
Popeyes. That's what it's like.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo, that shit was dead ass dumb fucking funny. And she used to be dead ass about that. She's just like, alright, Popeyes. I was like, damn.
Yo.
Fucking hilarious. Possibly not. Let's just look around.
I have an auto turret on me, but I'm saving it for later.
If someone has a breach charge,
Saving it for later.
I have a breach charge, but I'm saving it for later.
All right, hang on.
Yeah, we got barbed wire on one side, manual turret, and an auto turret to the right. We Gucci.
Yo, let me heal you bitches.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm about to go ahead and do this as well.
You healed. Venom.
Crunk juice.
All right.
Yeah, great. Twice. Nice.
Don't pick it up. Oh, you piece of shit.
You got another pack right here. Right here to the right. Yeah, you good.
That's it. Looking at me.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me try the fucking combat daddy with the fucking silence on you. God damn! God damn!
Yo, grab you by your fucking.
I'm just mad. Matt V's just like, yo, big guy, big guy. I'm like, yo, ain't shit we could do about that at that point, fam.
Watch out, Venom. You're right in front of minigun. Thank you.
They're not stopping!
The barriers are nearly down.
Going heavy!
Yeah, I need to refill ammo. Take care of it, pussy.
Gotcha.
No, 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 no.
Barriers down. We're going through.
Have a minute, sir. You do realize that for every motherfucker in Manhattan, that's like 3 to 4. I think it's like up to 6 motherfuckers in Tokyo. So if Tokyo were to get some shit like that, it is a actual rap.
Take a look!
I jumped down into the horde. I saw that motherfucker in the shadows.
The army guys will be overrun, and they'll turn the zombies on some wild shit.
And they hurt a lot.
It's like, yo, you fucked this.
Somebody take out the loud one.
Oh, that I think they're about to start fucking this fucking fence right here. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Back your whole ass up.
I got it.
Yep, look, the army guys are turning right now. Fuck.
I can't hold them!
Yep, I just had to kill one. Oh, nope, he's up and ready to run our phase. Get your ass.
Nah, he got his fucking cheeks clapped. Have a seat, Toshi.
Reload.
Yo, get this funky motherfucker. Shoot this motherfucker. I was gonna say shoot him. Refill there. To the right through the garage. This shit also gets next level over here. Oh fuck.
Heavy.
Oh, great. One of the army guys over there, both of them are already in turn. Fuck.
Go back over here, guys.
You are in my world now!
Alright, left side, left side, left side, left side.
Yo, our auto turret on the left needs to be restocked.
Oh, let me do it. Cover me.
I think it's not gonna be easy to do.
I'm gonna cover him,
Alright, I got it.
Holy fuck, mistakes have possibly been made. Yo.
No. Get up, Havoc. I'm doing all I can. I'm gonna get my ass beat for it.
Oh, this is a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, this is a lot of motherfuckers.
And you wanted to do this on hard. You're fucking stupid.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh, they're coming again. They're coming again. God damn it. Get these motherfuckers. We got 50 some more seconds. Dude, we gotta get the gate. They're gonna take the gate.
But they're on me. Getting my ass beat defending the gate.
No.
Shit right now.
I'm getting them off. Yeah, I took that. I took it. I used it for some clearances. We got it. I think we got it. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Refill that turret. Refill that turret to the left.
What are your orders?
Need a
Sounds like a
fucking-
hider.
God
Got it.
damn it.
No way.
This is Rescue Leader. We'll see you on the
Roger that, rescue leader.
Yay,
Well, the
yay!
campaign only had 2 parts, V, so we can do this last part, and then we'll just call it.